Hello, Fabulous Aries. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of May 2018, looking at life and love. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. You know, I always start every horoscope I do, especially the monthly horoscopes, right? I always say what an amazing month it is. And I do that for a reason. I think that any moment absolutely can be amazing, and we can make any month certainly amazing, and it can have its amazing moments, especially if we're aware and we use the energies that present themselves to us proactively. And then you come across a month like this, and a month like this for you in particular, and it really is amazing. I mean, the kind of big things that are happening this month are in many ways once in a lifetime, and especially for you. It is a big month. It is an amazing month indeed. So we have a few big shifts, right? Uranus is leaving your sign this month, and Uranus has really defined this decade so far for you, has brought about a transformation, a revelation, and a revolution within you. And now here we are right at the precipice, mid-month, right in the middle of the month, along with a new moon. We are going to have Uranus leave your sign. Now it'll be for a few months right now. Late this year, we'll move back into your sign for some final wrapping up, and then next year will leave your sign for good, not to return for another 84 years or so. So very likely once in a lifetime. You're on the precipice of that. Late last month, we had Chiron enter your sign as well, and this is a big deal also. This is going to be a nice long stay. Chiron will be here for a few years. We're going to get a little bit of a taste here mid-year. Later this year, Chiron will retrograde back into the sign just before yours, and then move back in comfortably next year as well. And the other thing this month is that your ruling planet Mars goes into shadow, basically starting off your rare retrograde cycle. So let's talk about this, because to me, all of this, one of these things would be magnificent. One of these things would say that you're in for a big month. But when you've got such big things happening, three, it tells me that it really is the kind of month that can change things for you profoundly and possibly for the rest of your life. Now, of course, as I said, we're going to have some retrogrades a little bit later this year with Uranus retrograding back into your sign, Chiron leaving your sign. So don't worry about it if you feel like you're not feeling as big a shift as you'd like, especially not this month. But look, every Aries out there is going to feel a difference. And just know that this is only the beginning. It's only a taste for bigger and better up ahead. So Uranus leaving your sign, that's going to calm things down for you a lot. When Uranus is in your sign, as it has been for most of this decade so far, it can feel a little bit like just when you think you know who you are, you realize you don't. And it can also be very liberating as well. It allows you to live at sort of a faster pace, or at least a higher vibration. Well, as Uranus leaves your sign, you'll feel that sense of a shift. A greater sense of stability within you will start to set in, and life won't feel as unpredictable. Now, with Chiron entering your signs, Chiron is an asteroid, but it is probably the most widely used asteroid in astrology today, and it represents the healer. And so you are about to be visited for a nice long stay by the healer, and this is going to allow you to summon a spirit of healing, to bring a presence of healing to other people in your life, but also to feel a sense of being deeply different, deeply changed. Now, this energy, as I said, started late last month, and you will feel it throughout this month certainly. But this ultimately is saying that you are set to begin this whole other journey, not even realizing how where it is maybe you were a little bit on automatic, or where it is before you were operating from a place of the things that hurt you in the past, or the baggage that you were carrying. Well, with Chiron entering your sign, you will be spending a good long time letting that baggage go, putting it down, and feeling a different type of freedom. And that only reflecting on yourself and bringing that spirit of stepping into where you have been so that you can fully step into your future. Well, that's what it is that the universe is bringing for you now. But it is going to be part of an ongoing process. As I said, your ruling planet is going into shadow this month. Now, this is also a big deal for you. This is the beginning of the rare Mars retrograde phase that is coming up for you a little bit later this year. The season starts, if you will, this month, in the middle of the month. And it tells me that you are about to take a much more reflective tone on yourself, and a reflective tone on understanding who you are and what your power truly is, especially right now where it comes to matters of career. And a little bit later on this year, it's also going to connect to the connections that you have with other people, like your friendships and professional organizations as well. And so as I look at this Mars in particular, I'm very intrigued by this, because it tells me that what you have been doing, your career path in particular, your understanding of your life purpose, well, it's about to look a little bit different. You're about to consider if you truly are using your power effectively in these areas that I mentioned. Now, at least for right now, do pay attention what shows up for you where it comes to bosses, where it comes to career, where it comes to you feeling in alignment with a higher vision, a more loving vision for your life, and where maybe you don't feel that alignment. Well, this is a good time to observe what it is that comes up, because you will be returning to the themes that show up now a little bit later this year. And of course, I'll be here to talk about it as we go along. This month, we've also got a new moon and a full moon, as we normally do every month. Middle of the month, we have a new moon taking place in a part of the sky for you that has to do with money that you spend and money that you earn. It has to do with self-esteem and self-worth, and understanding what it is that you actually give to the world, to others, to the universe, and how it is that the universe responds to that and returns that energy to you in a myriad of ways. Well, these are going to be areas that come very much into focus, and very dramatically, I must say, because the same day as this new moon, we've also got Uranus moving into this same part of the sky. And so this is really setting off a series of lessons that are going to be with you for years to come. So you do want to observe what takes place for you, but it will also be something very immediate, very visceral. And you should notice new opportunities show up for you, at least financially speaking, certainly. And you should also notice opportunities to understand a sense of who you are that much more clearly. And again, in terms of your self-value, your self-esteem, and your self-love. As we move towards the end of the month, we will have a full moon take place. This full moon is happening in a part of the sky for you that has to do with things like long distance travel, immigration, citizenship, higher learning, legal matters as well, covered under this energy. I am really excited about this for you, because I feel as if it's going to feel for you as if the world just opens up, like an adventure starts to call you. And if it is that you are waiting for news or wanting things to come to fruition or culminate in terms of, again, legal matters, immigration matters, higher education matters, well, this is where that ability to create a closure should come through for you. Where it comes to matters of love, Venus will spend the first 3 weeks of this month in a pretty harmonious position for you, quite the harmonious position that has to do with your random interactions. It has to do with like synchronistic moments of just being in the right place at the right time and meeting the right person and having it make all the difference for you. So if you're open to meeting someone new, this would be a good time to actually do your own running around where it applies. Actually be willing to, take on little tasks and little errands and allow yourself to engage more of the world, especially randomly. You just don't know who it is that you may end up connecting with. And there are lots of connections to make, especially those random connections to make this month. If it is that you're wanting synchronicity to work on your side to actually help you to meet somebody, whether it's romantic or otherwise, there's someone in particular that you want to connect with, well, you may be surprised that they just show up for you in the first 3 weeks of the month. I would also say with this energy, online connections can also go extremely well. If you are someone who is in an established bond, make sure to use this energy well. It just makes it that much easier to feel understood on a mind level, to communicate the matters of your heart and feel that stronger connection through the mind with this person that you love. And actually to make agreements as well can go exceptionally well through. A little bit of negotiating, a little bit of talking things out can go a long way towards affirming what you have and growing it that much more strongly. What I love about this month for you is, well, it's big. Like, that's really it. It's a big month for you. And while all of us are going to be feeling the change, you will feel it most profoundly, or at least you're one of the signs that's going to feel it most profoundly. You will feel a sense of calm that maybe you haven't felt in a long time. You may not even remember what it feels like. And at the same time, there is an emotional bravery that starts to arise with you now. And it will encourage you to look at yourself and look at your life with greater depth than possibly you ever have. And that will ensure that you are looking at things that much more clearly from your heart and making more conscious decisions from there. Well, thank you so much for watching all these wonderful things I talked about. Like, I have special horoscopes on my website right now for Chiron, for Uranus, for the Mars retrograde season. You can access them in the superstar space or as individual downloads on my website, nadiyashah.com. And of course, superstars get unlimited access to all the videos I put up, early access to all the videos I put up, and expanded exclusive horoscopes, and so much more. I hope that you'll check that out in the superstar space at astrofabulous.com. Well, thank you again for watching. It'll be a great month. Enjoy.